Thursday night football, the New York Giants travel to San Francisco to face the 49ers. Today, I got a player prop, game pick, same game parlay, and a first touchdown score in this contest. What's going on? My name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Hopefully you guys are locked in. Let's do a recap from last week, though. Week 2, 3-2 on our game picks, which are normally spreads and totals, and 4-4 in props. Not too bad. I mean, we're 13-13 on the year, right dead 50-50. I'm feeling a good week coming in week 3. Hopefully we can turn that into a great Thursday night football and carry that into Sunday and then Monday night football. Like I said, if you are new, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, drop a like down below. I have one note before I dive into the picks, and this one's a big note for me. If you don't know, we do have a second channel. It is under my name, Austin O'Connell. If you go to the Calling Our Shot page, just to our channel, you'll see it probably pop up as the featured channel there. If you want to do me a favor, go hit that subscribe button on that channel. We're donating 10 cents for every new subscriber we gain in September. So it takes a second out of your day. It's also the top link in this video. We're donating it to Maui in the honor of us, going to Hawaii. We were scheduled to go to Maui, ended up having to reschedule due to a lot of the fires and what happened there, all the devastation there. So we're trying to give back to them. If you want to do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I talk about that a little bit more in that Hawaii video we posted yesterday. Go check out the videos. I think we do put a lot of work into them. So if you want to do me a favor, check top link in the description. Go subscribe. Go show some love to those videos. Then you can come back to this one, or we'll go to that at the end of this one. We'll link it at the end of this video. But either way, go check out those videos. We love the second channel. Go show it some love. We'll donate some money at the end of the month. But let's dive into our picks. We've got a player prop diving in. First one, Darius Slayton. I like his over 33.5 receiving yards, -110 on Bet365. Now, obviously, Slayton plays for the Giants, and the next best odds I saw on this was about -115 on DraftKings and BetMGM. Personally, I'd play it to about 36, 37.5. That's about as high as I'd go, and I would be very surprised if Darius Slayton somehow had a line higher than that. But let's talk about the Giants and their game plan, because Saquon Barkley is now out, and I expect the Giants to have to lean a little bit more on Daniel Jones, because I don't imagine Matt Breida will have a big game, although it is a revenge game for him, so maybe he goes off. But either way, I think they're going to lean on this passing attack, because the 49ers have a great rushing defense. And when I look at the passing attack, it's mainly 3 guys. You're looking at Slayton, Waller, and Hodgins. Now, Waller has a tough matchup. The 49ers are one of the best teams against against tight ends. Waller got a lot of work last week, but it's going to be tough for him to do it this week against Warner and Greenlaw of the Niners linebackers. Now, on the other side, Slayton and Hodgins, both are good looks, but I rather Slayton than this one. This is a guy that I think has a better rapport with Daniel Jones. Also a guy that's just on the field and sees a couple more targets than Hodgins does, and he has a lower average depth of target. In fact, Slayton, just a 7-yard average depth of target. So we've seen the guys that are running those short routes have some success against this 49ers defense, and I think Slayton is in line for a pretty good start. I mean, you look at in week 1, we saw Slayton 3 receptions, 5 targets for 15 yards. In week 2, 3 receptions on 6 targets for 62 yards. He played 67 and 82% of the snaps. This is the guy out there. He's their wide receiver one. He's playing a lot of minutes and a lot of time out there, a lot of snaps. And he's had 5+ targets in each of the games. That's a great sign. We need the ball thrown his way. He can't throw it to himself. And we look at him, and I think this is a great matchup for him. You look at his receptions line, sitting at 2.5, about -150 on the over. So they're pretty confident he gets at least 2, maybe even 3 receptions, which would be great for us, because we need 34 yards from him. And we've seen wide receivers have success against the 49ers. So far this year, through 2 weeks, 6 wide receivers have 2 or more receptions versus the 49ers. Here's their yards and how the wide receivers and how they've done. We saw George Pickens at 36 yards. We saw Calvin Austin III at 37, Deontay Johnson 48, Allen Robinson 64. Last week, Tutu Atwell 77 yards, and then Puka Nacua, he gets 147 yards. I mean, obviously those guys, they had probably a lot more volume than you will see at a guy like Slayton, but still, we've seen a lot of wide receivers when they get 2 or more receptions, a lot of those with more than that, they crush this line, and I expect Slayton to be that #1 guy for the Giants on Thursday night. Last season, we saw when Slayton had 2 or more receptions, which he did in 11 games, he hit this over in 9 of 11 games. When he saw 3 or more receptions, was over in 8 of 9. Well, I cannot be Daniel Jones and just target Darius Slayton. I can't do that. I don't know what the 49ers game plan is, but I think Slayton's going to be out there a lot. Should see a positive game script with the Giants, 10.5-point underdogs. Certainly think Slayton could go out there and get his 34 yards. I know it's going to be a tough time for Daniel Jones in the pocket with the 49ers, linebackers and their defensive ends and everyone coming at him. I think he's going to go to a trusted target like Darius Slayton. We'll ride with him over 33.5 receiving yards. Not a high line. He does have big play potential, but I also like him to get those, over the middle routes, maybe take one up the sideline. He could do this in one play. We've seen him do that before, but I think he's going to take a couple of receptions, and I certainly think he gets that. Darius Slayton, we're riding with you on Thursday night. Now, before I dive into my next pick, I actually want to talk about BetMGM, which is where the best odds are. You know what, heck, I'll put up the pick, and then I'll talk about why I like BetMGM. Now, here's what I'm doing for my game pick. I'm taking the 49ers -2.5, taking the under 48.5 points, which is currently +105 on BetMGM. Is an SGP/teaser, if you will. Most books, you'll have to put it in as a same game parlay, but you should be able to do that on any sports book. If you wanted my official lean on both the games, I lean the Giants on the spread +10.5, I'll talk about that in a second. And I like the under full game, under 44. But let's talk about BetMGM and why I love them, because this exact parlay, which is at plus 105 on the screen, currently look at other on BetMGM, other books. You got minus 120 on FanDuel, minus 125 on DraftKings. BetMGM has a great offer right now, and they have the best odds for this one. So hopefully you take advantage of the BetMGM offer. I'll put it right below my second channel link in the description, because you can sign up and get $200 in bonus bets by just betting $10. The details are down below. You claim with the top link in the description, or right below this top link. You make a $10 bet and you get $200 in bonus bets. So look, BetMGM, a great book. They post a lot of props too, just like any other book, available in a ton of different US states. So if you want to get the best value here, I mean, you see plus 105 on this exact play compared to minus 125 on DraftKings. That's a big difference. So if you haven't signed up for BetMGM, I always make a note. It's always important to line shop, so take advantage of it if you want to. Let's talk about why I actually like this play, though, because a lot of you probably might not sign up for BetMGM, but you're curious why I'm on this 49ers minus 2.5 and the under 44.5. Now, like I said, I do lean Giants plus 10.5, but I'm not at the point in the season where I want to lose my own money on the Giants, or your money, if you will. I know everyone's going to be on the 49ers today on Thursday for good reason. The Giants are obviously the much worse team. The 49ers are much better. They're at home. But I look, if you see my normal picks, we're normally fading the public, because normally public gets absolutely wrecked. I'm just not on the Giants in the ultra contrarian play. Maybe it takes a backdoor or something like that. But what I really am on is obviously the 49ers minus 2.5. I think they win this game, and they win it by at least 3 points. What I really do actually like is the under, and I think this is a safer way of doing it. If we lose because the Giants lose by 2 or less, or win the game outright, tip my cap to them. I'll say, whatever, I deserve to lose my unit. But I do think that if the Giants do somehow, manage to win or cover the 2.5, the game probably goes over, so we're probably chalked. But I like the under 44, and for good reason. Let's talk about why. Now, last year on short rest, they only played one Thursday night game, the 49ers, that is. It was a 21-13 win versus the Seahawks. Let's duplicate that, and we'll get a winner, and we'll get out of here. We'll get out of here with a 1-0, and hopefully Darius Slayton got his yards, a 2-0 day, and maybe our same game parlays cash. But at the other time, when I was looking at some team totals, I looked at the 49ers team total over 27.5. Look, after allowing 28 to the Cardinals, 40 to the Cowboys, everyone, and I mean everyone's going to load up on the 49ers on their spread, team total over 27.5. That was a bet that I looked at. I said, that looks great. And the only thing that sucks is that I suck at team totals. I don't cash them. I cash them at like a 30% rate. I've sworn them off after my Lions won on Sunday. I just don't do them. I just refuse to. And that one looks so good on paper that I just would be surprised if the books hand out free money. They're sharp on Thursday night football. They're sharp on primetime games. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm fading the public with fading, the 49ers. The 49ers, they could win their first game 40-0. I don't care how they get it done. I just don't think the 49ers offense is going to absolutely beat the brakes off the Giants, a defense that no one is counting on. Everyone has sworn off the Giants 2 weeks through the season, even though they came back and beat the Cardinals last week. Everyone has sworn them off because they took them minus 4.5 last week. Look, this is what I'm playing. You don't have to play it, but I really do like this same game parlay teaser. You're taking the 49ers minus 2.5 and the under 48.5. I really like the full game under at 44. Taking a little bit of, slight, raising that line a little bit, because I really don't think the 49ers lose. I think they win at least by 3 or more, and hopefully it's a close game so that the under looks good. But that's what I'm playing. I think it's got a good shot. I know it's a weirdo play, but we've done well in the teasers, same game parlay type game picks so far this year. I think 2-0. Let's make that 3-0. Now let's get out of here with 2 long shots. We'll start with the same game parlay. It involves 2 guys. We've already sort of talked about one of them. It's going to be Darius Slayton, 50+ receiving yards, and Elijah Mitchell, 50+ rushing yards, plus 1,400 for this bad boy on Bet365. Next best odds, plus 1,200 on DraftKings. I don't need to tell you why I like the Slayton line. We're just getting some better value for him. The one I want to talk about is Elijah Mitchell. Someone explain to me why Elijah Mitchell has a 28.5 rushing yards line. The man has 10 and didn't even play 10 yards in week 1, didn't play a single snap in week 2. Yeah, I'm expecting a big Elijah Mitchell game. If I go onto Twitter and I see one more Christian McCaffrey over in rushing yards prop, I might have to just take the under to fade that, because look, we already saw Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the 49ers, come out and say directly, this was his quote, yeah, we definitely got to get the ball to Elijah in there more often and do better with rotation than we did yesterday, which we're going to talk about on Sunday. That wasn't the plan going in, with Christian McCaffrey playing all 57 snaps. Just ended up that way, and I got to make sure that doesn't happen. Look, I would not be surprised if Christian McCaffrey handles a slightly less workload. I mean, you're looking at a guy's prop, 79.5 rushing yards. He smoked that in the first 2 weeks. 17.5 rushing attempts, smoked that in the first 2 weeks. Oh, it's a positive run script game plan. They're going to be up by 10.5. Don't be surprised if Elijah Mitchell comes in to vulture some carries and maybe has a big night, as they are on short work. You're obviously looking at a guy like CMC. He's the heart of this offense. They need him out there for all 18 weeks. This team with Super Bowl aspirations, they cannot afford wasting, CMC on a Thursday night football on a short rest. Use a guy like Elijah Mitchell. Did not play in any snaps last weekend. I would not be surprised if Elijah Mitchell, a talented runner, Somehow it's a big night on Thursday Night Football. So I'll take my chance here, 50 and 50 plus 1,400. It's a dart throw. It's a same game parlay. Don't be surprised. If CMC has a big night, whatever. I'm happy to everyone that bet his overs. I'm just saying the line is sketchy. The lines are saying something. Kyle Shanahan might be up to something. But finally, my first touchdown score, then we'll get the heck out of here after this video has been a weird one. The guy I'm rolling with is a tight end, and it's not Darren Waller, and it's not some weird giant scrub. It's going to be George Kittle that we're rolling with, and we're taking him first touchdown score plus 1,000 at home. Does not have a touchdown on the year. I'm going to see the Giants loading the box to stop CMC, or maybe even Elijah Mitchell, the guy in there. Hopefully Kittle rolls out in the right end zone, catches the ball, does a dance. We cash up plus 1,000. And let me know who you think scoring the first touchdown on Thursday Night Football. It's obviously a dart throw bet. Just don't bet CMC. Maybe CMC's, he's like plus 300. That's just terrible value. But either way, let's have a great Thursday night. I know this video is a little bit weird, but a reminder about BetMGM. You want to go sign up for that. Details down below. And a reminder about the second channel. I'll link it right over here. Go click this right on the second channel. Go show some love to it. And if we'll donate money for every new subscriber we gain in September, go run it up. I know there's a bunch of you guys watching out there, which we're super blessed that you watch the videos. But go subscribe to the second channel. Go show some love to the videos. I'll put a couple of them up on the other side of the screen for you to check out as well. I'm Austin. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys back again for some more Sunday videos and some more daily videos that you know on the Call and a Shot channel. Peace.